Okay, so let's spend 5 minutes going over how to create a new dashboard within Brightmetrics. So again, under the Edit Dashboard section of our sidebar menu, I'm going to click on the tab here with the white piece of paper and go green plus sign, add a new tab or new dashboard. So there's a lot of templates you can choose from. There's 2 TTX templates that we made for trunk usage and work groups. And then we're going to be adding in some other ones with ECC groups as well. And then all the standard Brightmetrics templates. But for this, I'm just going to choose a blank template. We'll build this from scratch. And I'm just going to give my dashboard a new name and click on Create. All right, so obviously no charts yet. We'll click on the Create Chart icon here at the top and choose a data source. So we're going to do, let's do ShoreTel Real Time. And depending on whether you have work groups or ECC groups, both options are there. I'm going to show ECC groups. It's the same view that you would get with a work group as well. It's just some added metrics that are available in ECC that aren't available with the ShoreTel work groups. But click on OK, and now we're into our chart options. All right, so we're just going to jump straight down to the bottom here, our chart items, and I'm going to build. Let's build 2 charts, 2 standard charts that your average call center supervisor might want to be looking at. One's going to be a group performance chart that we're building now, and the second one will be an agent performance. So we'll look at individual agent performance and status. All right. So what are what's some of the information the average supervisor might want to look at? Well, obviously queue calls. So how many calls are currently in queue for a particular group? Another thing is the number of agents that are logged in, and the number of agents maybe that are in release, and finally the number of agents that are idle. So if they're logged in but they're not on the phone, they're not in release or wrap or anything like that. All right, so let's choose one particular group. We'll use our help desk as an example. Hit apply there, get rid of the ugly green color for this chart, and we'll hit apply. All right, there we go. So we just created a new chart, and this is in more of the table view. So if I go back into my chart options here, there's some options at the top with how I want that chart to look. 3 chart types there: text, which is what we're doing, and text has 3 different views as well: a table view, a board view, and a column view. And we can also do bar charts and pie graphs. All right. I'm going to change this. We'll keep text. I'm going to change this to board and watch how this changes the view of this. There we go. This is more of your standard dashboard layout. All right, we're highlighting the queued calls at the top there, and then we can see how many logged in, release, and idle. And if we want, we can add some other statistics there. Maybe we want to add in just the number of abandoned calls. So if we go down to our total of abandoned calls for the day, we add that in. And maybe just total calls total that came into the group, total ACD inbound, and apply that. And there we go. All right, so if we want, we can extend this chart out so it takes up more of the screen, go into our advanced tab here, and let's do 2 columns instead of 1, so we stretch this out a little bit more. I guess in this view that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe if we were in more of a table view, that would help there. And obviously the table, similar to Excel, just creating rows. This is helpful if you're viewing maybe multiple groups in one chart. So let's just go back here and just trying to get this to line up a little bit better here. So we could do something like that if we wanted to. Whatever you want there, we'll actually just kind of keep this simple and pop these 2 out and keep this as one by one. So this is a pretty common chart here that the average supervisor might want to look at from a group level. So we'll just call this group performance. And this is for our help desk group. All right. All right, so let's create one more chart. And this time we're going to do, again, ShoreTel real time, but instead of the real-time group status, we'll do real-time agent status. So this is where we're going to now drill down, and we're going to look at individual agent performance and status, what status they're in, how long they've been in that status, right? So first one already automatically pops up, agent status. Let's add in maybe the state duration to that. And let's just start with that. Again, we can do group membership, or you even logged into groups. So sometimes group membership might be different than the groups they're actually logged into. If a supervisor maybe moved them around manually during the day. So we'll just do group membership by help desk again. And so let's do, we'll keep text in a table. That makes more sense for this one. All right, so here we go. So now we've got a simple chart showing agent status. First column there, the agent. Second is their actual status, whether they're logged in, logged out, idle, on an outbound NACD call, and then the duration, right? How long they've been in that particular status or state. Okay. This one is pretty useful to expand out maybe to two columns, especially as we add more metrics in here. So maybe I want to look at caller ID, name, and number of the person they're talking to, right? There we go. And maybe I want to see how many calls, total calls they've taken. So total, let's look at total inbound ACD calls and how many they actually, let's see, maybe average, let's look at an average talk time. How about that? Okay, so there we go. Added in the number of ACD inbound calls that they've taken for the day, as well as average talk time for each of those. So two very basic charts that are also very useful for a supervisor. One, looking at the group performance, how many calls are in queue, how many agents are logged in or available, and then the second one, an agent status chart showing real-time information on all of the agents in a particular group or groups, and how long they've been in a particular state, and then some basic metrics. So these are two pretty standard charts that you would want to look at and build within Brightmetrics for your call center groups.